Nike, a company known for its iconic swoosh logo and making athletic equipment, has been a staple in sports for longer than I've been alive. They also hold the licenses of 3 of the 4 North American sports leagues, that being the NBA, MLB, and today's topic, the NFL. Nike has been successful for the most part with their City Jersey program in the NBA and their City Connect program for MLB. Heck, even Adidas followed suit with their reverse retro line for the NHL starting in the 2020-2021 season. However, Nike's one attempt at a uniform program in the NFL was a failure. Kind of. That program was known as Color Rush. After years of experimenting with football uniforms in the NCAA, especially Oregon, Nike felt the NFL needed something akin to that in the mid-2010s. The only limitations being that, 1. The NFL had banned alternate helmets in 2013, and 2. Teams were limited to only having 3 uniforms in their seasonal lineups. However, Goodell made sure that Color Rush ended up not counting against this rule. Thank you, Rams, for questioning this rule and allowing teams to have 2 alternates per year again. So what is Color Rush exactly? Well, it's where the team wears the same colored jersey, pants, shoes, and socks. Now, a team wearing the same colored jersey and pants is absolutely nothing new, nor is color-on-color matchups. So, what ideas were Nike going to implement? Well, everything from tertiary colors, throwbacks, modifications of pre-existing uniforms, and just wearing the same colored pants for regular existing uniforms. Despite any limitations, we got a trial run in 2015 exclusively on Thursday Night Football and Thanksgiving with mixed results. We saw the Panthers Color Rush up against the Cowboys Color Rush, as well as Jaguars versus Titans, Bills versus Jets, and Rams versus Buccaneers. They were met with mixed results, to say the least, with Bills-Jets receiving the most negative publicity due to colorblind people having a tough time distinguishing both teams. I'd be mad too if this was what I was looking at. Meanwhile, the Panthers and Cowboys received more positive reactions. Rams and Bucks was panned and resembled Mountain Dew flavors, and hardly anybody watched Jags vs. Titans, which might be a good thing. The one that would become the 49ers Color Rush also debuted this season, but it was introduced as a regular jersey. It wouldn't be recognized as a Color Rush uniform until the next season. Despite all of this, the program was launched in full for the 2016 season for Thursday Night Football and even Saturday Night Football later on in the season. However, looking at all 32 initial Color Rush uniforms that were shown off in 2016 promotional material, you may notice that 2 never made it onto the field, that being the Lions and the Redskins. But why? Well, Washington hated theirs so much that they refused to wear it. Yeah, it's the Blues 90s alternate effect. Instead, when the Redskins played Dallas one Thursday night in the 2017 season, they wore all burgundy as opposed to the all-yellow uniform that Nike had planned for them. As a result, Nike shortly after announced that the Color Rush program and thus requirement for teams to wear their Color Rush uniforms on Thursday and Saturday were over. Hey, Washington did something right for once. As for the Lions, they never played on a Thursday night in 2016, not counting Thanksgiving where teams weren't required to wear their Color Rush, and they changed their uniforms in 2017, trading their potential black Color Rush for an all-gray Color Rush. Sure, you could still buy both the Redskins yellow and Lions black uniforms online and at retail, but nevertheless they remain unused and definitely will never be used now. Now I'm going to take some time to judge each team's initial Color Rush in 5 words or less, so here it goes. Hate it, would have preferred orange. Mediocre, honestly should have been yellow. Fans say it's grape jelly. Better than this or this. Love the throwback look. Yeah, not into this.
Superb black uniform.
No wonder they refused. Neat throwback. Still looks like Cookie Monster. Worn only once. Not good. Jesus! Awesome throwback look. Underrated. No. Double no. Cool homage. All jelly, no peanut butter. Meh. Cooler with white helmets. Fans say they're blueberries. Okay, but better in black. Give this a red helmet. Worn only once. Not good. The return of blue pants. It's the Smurfs. Vomit. No. Absolutely lazy. Decent homage. Needs a royal blue helmet. Simply gorgeous. Yeah, as you can see, it's a mixed bag. And frankly, this wasn't the answer to making the Oregon of the NFL. Aside from many people not being fans of these color-on-color matchups, some games just simply weren't friendly to this format. After 2015's Jets-Bills matchup received criticism, The two teams faced off again the next season in Buffalo. However, this time the Jets wore all white, and when they met in the Meadowlands in 2017, the Bills were wearing all white. In games where color blindness wasn't an issue, how about in 2016 where the Seahawks and Rams played each other? The Seahawks action green and the Rams yellow were both bright colors that weren't suitable for the format. So the Rams had to wear their road jerseys with white pants and even sported white horns a year before they became a part of their uniform rotation. Another example was also in 2016 with the Ravens versus the Browns. Purple and brown are both dark colors and thus someone had to wear white. But then there's matchups where of course someone had to wear white despite it not being their color rush, and that was the Bucks versus the Falcons in 2016. Both teams have a red color rush, so why not have a different matchup? The Saints color rush was white, and I don't think the Panthers blue color rush would have been messy against an all red team. And ironically, the Saints and Panthers later played each other donning their color rush uniforms. It's as if the people scheduling the games and the people in charge of uniforms never spoke. How are you supposed to promote this program in order to push merchandise sales when almost every Thursday one of the teams can't wear their color rush? In fact, I did a count of every Thursday night and Saturday night game from 2016 to 2017, discounting season openers, Thanksgiving games, and international games because nobody wore their official color rush in either season, to see how many of them had both teams wearing their color rush. Out of 34 games, 16 of them featured both teams wearing their color rush uniforms. That's 47%. Just under half of these games featured both teams wearing their color rush. On another note, 10 of these games featured color rush uniforms that were just uniforms that are in their regular rotation but with matching pants. That's over a quarter of the games, for crying out loud. It wouldn't be until the 2017 season when someone wore their full color rush on Sunday games. That being the Bills in that very snowy game where they won in overtime against the Colts, and the Patriots being the first to wear their color rush on a Sunday night where they beat the Falcons in the Fog Bowl too. So it's a complete failure, right? Not necessarily. Even after the discontinuation of the color rush program, most teams continue to don their color rush uniforms from time to time, or have even updated their color rush uniforms. Or heck, you could be the Chargers and have two of them. But even with most teams maintaining their color rush uniforms or even making new ones, the practice remains divisive, no matter what day or time slot any given team is playing at. That said, nowadays if you look on sites like NFL Shop or Fanatics, the old color rush jerseys or even anything released after 2019 that falls under color rush are just marked as alternates. What can I say? Some jerseys don't look great as one solid color. Overall, the idea of the NFL having some special jersey program which clashed with their conservative jersey limitations meant that the NFL got in the way of its own goal. But regardless, I don't see the NFL trying a program like this again. Not for another few years anyways. But if you ask me, I don't think we needed an Oregon of the NFL. One team could fit the bill, sure, but all 32, that's just pushing it. Anyways, leave a comment as always, follow me on Twitter, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you next time.